Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to pre-market analysis for Put Scalping Tuesday on December 22nd, 2020. I apologize for the brief delay on here. Uh, let's see, who do we have in the chats? Hello, Miss Lorraine. How are you? Good morning, Miss Marcy. Mr. Andrew. Glad to have you on board and all of the others in the background. Hello. Bonsoir, Madame Festus. Comment va la bébé? Ça se dit la bébé? All right. Okay. Let's get going on here. If you just could confirm that the quality of the sound it's acceptable, because for whatever reason I keep running into technical difficulties with this streaming software. So let's quickly in this tech stock market technical analysis daily, I want you to remind for you guys this pre-market show. I mean, I'm not sure how you guys are approaching it. The aim of this, actually, believe it or not, this is like an extended coaching session, meaning that I've repeated that many times on here. The idea for me how to provide value to you, the traders, it's by bringing you knowledge. So here in the morning, typically I try as much as possible to spend time. Yeah, we look at the charts and so forth, but the goal of all of that is that you are taking something out of this, right? You are taking something out of this that you can use. Imagine like you're buying something, I don't know, a piece of hardware or whatever. It had features, but at the end of the day, you're not buying it for the features. You're buying it for the benefit. So when you come on here, yes, the features could be, we are looking at SPY, its technical setups or some. But at the end of the day, the most important thing, the takeaway is, how can you take that knowledge and implement it next time going forward within your trading system? I want really to remind everybody of that. As such, if I go to the screen on here, yesterday, the very last thing that we shared yesterday was that, hey, typically on Mondays, which that I have observed on Monday on SPY, it's that they love, when SPY gap down, they love to put in a low and then rip forward, rip off. Well, the start trending up, right? And this is what happened on here. If let's say I can share the screen properly. Here we go. So we gapped down from a previous close of 369 to 361. And then for the first hour or so, it was a downtrend, a clear downtrend. Actually, in this downtrend, that's another piece of knowledge. We are to be versatile enough to make money in both directions. Those in the Discord room, yesterday I shared with them, yeah. For me, in my setup on here on SPY, I had the 357 put. They paid over 200%. Yeah. And then here, starting at about, this will be Eastern time, that will be 10:30 Eastern time. They put it, it hit support here. Now, this is a great piece of teaching on here. I have been talking up about Webull volume analysis. I kid you not. I wish I had recorded it. I was just too busy. So meaning most likely I missed it. Yeah, I must have missed it. But Webull volume analysis feature, yeah. So the takeaway today for you is features of this, everything that you're learning here at Successful Trading, and then turning each one of the features into a benefit, meaning in terms of piece of knowledge that you can grasp and then use moving forward. Here, I kid you not, because now obviously the day went by and the volume changed. What this volume analysis is, I need to make a full video on it, but it's going to be very difficult for me because I need to record something that actually showcase how it worked. Yesterday would have been great if I would have been able to actually show the reversal. So you can use this volume analysis for a reversal. In practically for applying it to SPY yesterday, this is what happened, right? So there was huge volume that came here. There's huge volume that came here, and then so that volume analysis on Webull here, it was 362 point something, yeah. So that's the one. That's where the most of the volume was. So you had a stock that was trending down, and then at that support area, you had huge volume on here. So eventually, it came back and went the other way, meaning it found buyers at that level. That was superb in terms of reversal, illustrating which that for us we have seen in the past. Yeah. So, and they love doing this on Monday. How do I know that? Well, because I've observed it. So now you have a feature into something like the volume analysis of Webull. For you, the benefits of it, it's how you can use it actually to spot reversal. Spotting reversal will give you the ability to make money in both directions. So in some case, in the puts like this one here, trust me, these are not, those in the Discord room, they can attest of that. I shared that yesterday on there. And then after that, this, how many points is this? 363 to, this is 4 points, folks. And it was non-stop, yeah? This year was non-stop. So for some of our traders, yeah, below we were posting lower lows, but this is above we were posting higher highs. So you can put in terms of your objective goals to say, okay, learn how to make money in both directions when the stock is moving like this one. When we started the show yesterday, we said that the Monday opening was like a candy store for Gangsta Trader, because yes, that's, if the stock market is moving, or it's not just the stock market, if a stock that you're in is moving, for us, we had to be delighted as option traders. Yeah. So we don't care which direction is moving. It can even switch a direction like this one on here. Perfect. Fine. Fine. We can benefit from both. So that's takeaway number one. Takeaway number two that I want to talk about before we dive into the full session today. We have talked on here about being able to have multiple contracts when you are in a trade, because it gives you flexibility into taking, into exiting your position. Yeah. So I know sometimes, because hey, you may be constrained by buying power, but by all means, apply yourself, trying to find yourself in a situation where you have multiple contract. When we say multiple contract, for us, we trade cheap option on here, right? So if you find yourself buying options, part of your Gangster entry, yeah, for instance, yeah, you want to target at least 3 if you can, if that's possible. If let's say initially you have less than 3, once the positions start moving in your favor, there is this thing we call scaling in. Scaling in meaning buying more. You can buy a contract at 15 cents, 20 cents. Now it goes to 30 cents. It's giving you a clear indication that it has the potential of moving forward. If you can, you get more contract, because then that will enable you to be taking profits and to be able to let some other on. Not every trade, folks, that we take here is going to be a 10-bagger. That's the other thing, especially on Monday. Yeah, if you want to know the most likely day of the week to get a 10-bagger, go to our blog, Successful Trading. We wrote an article a while back called The Anatomy of a 10-bagger, with all the characteristics of a 10-bagger. So that's knowledge for you, again, to be able to put into application. All right, fantastic. So that's what took place yesterday. What else am I forgetting about yesterday? Oh, yeah, the third thing, obviously, we have been encouraging you to do your pre-market analysis using FinViz. You see us do that. But once you find that stock, right, you have to be courageous enough to take the trade. You have... in order to make omelets, how do they say? You have to break some eggs. So if, let's say, you do an analysis pre-market, you find a stock. Okay, I hate to, no, I just have to use this example because a trader brought it to me yesterday. QS, remember QS? For us, we got familiar with QS because I made that video about the IPOs of 2020. But if you haven't seen the daily chart of QS, this is it. This is how QS has gone in 2020. So they had the RPO early September, okay, $16, and then this thing has gone on a mad move upward starting mid-November. $20, $40, $60, and yesterday it posted this candle. So imagine yourself yesterday. In pre-market, you caught it for whatever reason, and then it proceeded into doing this. It was a little bit expensive, meaning that the sum of the contract a little bit more expensive than we were starting. But folks, yeah, the remedy into expensive option is to pick a strike price that is further out of the money that fits your budget. So this is a move, something like this. This is best setup, best looking chart that we can ever trade. So if you find yourself, obviously at the beginning you don't know that's what's going to do this, but if you studied it, I'm saying that if you study something, a stock, and then it has a chart beginning of the day like this, I mean, okay, above you were posting high highs, so one of your potential entry could have been somewhere here. Now you can say, yeah, it's outside of the Bollinger, fine, but you know what we teach, right? In that video, they love to come and retest at the VWAP, or clearly strong support at the EMA 8, and thus it continues. So meaning this chart didn't give the bulls any reason to back out of a trade if you were to take that. So, all right, it's currently 9:02 Eastern time in New York, and in Toronto it is 6:02 Pacific, 9:02 p.m. in Singapore City. Welcome to pre-market analysis for Put Scalping Tuesday. Are we still saying Put Scalping Tuesday for December 22? So we are going to very quickly, we look at, did we look at SPY? We did not. We looked at SPY for yesterday. So this morning, what's SPY doing? SPY, it's barely, it hasn't cleared the high of yesterday. The high of yesterday was 368.80. I guess that was a Santa rally, wasn't it? Head fake first and then Santa rally. Okay, I guess so. Let's say relatively flat this morning for SPY. So if we go into Finwiz so I'm still can stay on the same screen. You guys can see Finwiz. So what do we have on Finwiz this morning? I still have my setup, my filters. $20, but this was yesterday. I need to refresh this, I believe. Yep, it just did. It just refreshed itself. My goodness, here's QS again. And so QS is $108 stock, yeah? From $14 IPO. That's unbelievable. Yeah, so Quantum Space Corporation is auto parts. I don't know what justifies such a high valuation, but congratulations. So obviously if you were, so imagine you studied QS yesterday, you then traded it confidently, and then at the end of Monday, because you had multiple contracts, you sold some, taking partial profit, and then you carry some forward because you still have at least today and tomorrow. Yes, because Thursday is going to be half day, folks. So meaning really the type of position we are to be carrying for Thursday, they're going to be Lotto that we take at the close on Wednesday. So just be mindful of that. We are trading half day on the 24th. So meaning the market will be closing at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So 3.5 hours of trading instead of the usual 6.5 hours. So on here, QS is definitely gapping. I don't need to tell you what to do on that. Oh man, look at this stock, Fubo. We talked about Fubo recently, right? Fubo is broadcasting, is an app that enable people to watch TV. I wish I put that in my Weibo paper accounts or something. I should have, because that thing it was literally less than $30 4 or 5 days ago. Has just been run. Peloton is gapping, so I got a request to talk about Peloton. So who else on here? The other one that's worth mentioning, am I seeing it here or not? Where's Apple? Okay, Apple is gapping. I want to take a particular interest on Apple, so Apple and then Peloton. Apple, why? Because we've talked about patterns in the markets. Yeah, if you don't know what patterns are markets, meaning that a propensity of some stock to repeat on the same day or on the same week, so certain type of thing. So let me explain it here. Let me go to the chart for Apple. If you recall, if you were with us last week, you may relate to this. I think let me go to the daily charts first. Daily. So last Tuesday, how do we know? Because Apple was in parts of our alerts. So Apple gap last Tuesday, the 15th. Yeah. Lord behold, on the 22nd, Apple is gapping again. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't believe in coincidences. Yeah. So let's just write it for ourselves on here. Okay. So to close the year, this is what. So we have a Tuesday. Last Tuesday, Apple gaps. Today, Apple is gapping $4. Last Tuesday, how much did it gap? It closed on the Monday the 14th at 121.78. It opened at 124, and then it went to 127.90. So yeah, folks, in that type of scenario, let's not be fool ourselves. Let's put some on our calendars. Yeah, next Monday. If you're wondering what to trade in the last 10 minutes next Monday, if we make it to next Monday, nothing is given in this world, right? So let's circle in our calendar that next with the 28th to go into the 29th. Let's not be fooled by whatever somebody is doing something with Apple, is buying Apple, right? They are buying Apple share, but they are doing it on a schedule. So, so this is what's happening on here. Now we could even be trying to be smart on that. Maybe start early, trying to anticipate that they may do it next Monday. So meaning on this Thursday closing, yeah, because typically that's the other thing. Again, quant analysis study. The first day after Christmas is usually bullish. I think we showed it in the Sunday stock market daily recap, if you recall. So this is Apple gapping this morning by $4. That's a lot, folks. That for Apple to gap $4. So those options, if you have them. But now Apple's going to start outside of the upper Bollinger. So the gap by itself, the interest in volume that it is bringing, make it a prime candidate for Gangsta Trade. So you are to be able to trade to Gangsta Trade Apple on here. Without hesitation, and setting yourself up for next week, because if that institution or whomever it's ramping up Apple price, they are doing that on a schedule there here, and they happen to be targeting Tuesdays on here. Let's see, did they do it the previous Tuesday before that? What was the previous Tuesday before this one? So it was the 8th. It would have been the 8th. Where were we on the 8th? Yeah, it gapped a little bit, but not that much. I mean, the big candle definitely here on the 15th. And then on that day, Apple gained about let's say $4. So $4 on here, if you want to Gangsta trade this appropriately, so you can take anything $8 from here, because you have today and tomorrow. Again, you don't need to be in the money to make money. So that would be the idea there. So meaning anything 148, 149, no, 138 still, yeah, currently printing 132. So we will get into Power E-Trade very shortly on here. So, and then the other one, that was the stock? Peloton. I've never been on the Tour de France, but then the PTON. Yeah, that's easier. Peloton. Well, for me, I will have put an L in there. Oh my goodness, look at this chart. Look at this chart. Let's make sure that this is Peloton, yeah, so that you guys can see. Peloton Interactive. My goodness. Okay, can somebody see the crossover, when the crossover happened on here? December 1st, EMA 8 above EMA 20. The yellow line crossing above the green line. And since then, or let's say for you, you could say that, okay, breaking out of this another Darvax box, folks, another Darvax box. But I mean, he has done that. Oh, this one here. Let's do this. Let's do this so that people can see it. Perfect. Okay, folks. Now, so meaning opportunity to get into this trade was, okay, the crossing on here, or when he put in this new high, meaning 2 trading session ago, they're about where are they starting this morning? Peloton is so bullish. TradingView doesn't even show it on this morning starting price on the chart. Oh my goodness, this stock market is definitely something. I'm looking at the price for Peloton on my on my phone. Most likely somebody's gonna tap it before I get that. So where is Peloton in pre-market? I should know, right? We had it on Finwiz. 157. Holy moly. Holy moly. So yeah, Peloton 160. Okay, 157. What's $3 between friends, right? what's $3 between friends? Wow, 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 wow. But yeah, so on the chart here, I was highlighting the fact that if your eyes on it, and Peloton, this is not the first time. Back in September, it's capable of riding the upper Bollinger. This is what you want to see, right? I will always talk about quantitative analysis, meaning the ability to look back to see, hey, has the stock displayed a similar type of pattern? So this is it here where Peloton was able, after breaking out of this zone here from 100 to 135. Yeah. So now when it went above 135, it's going. So you added $35 to that. That would be 170. Right now we're at 160. So that gives you a potential target price on there. So both definitely are candidates that you can involve in. All right. So before I jump into Power E-Trade, let's just see any questions or say hello to new folks on here. Can you look at Peloton? I just did. Gap up following news. Okay. So guys, there's nothing really you see these things, right? So each and every one of you right now, you're equipped to see a gap. You trade Gangsta on it. End of story. There is there's no mystery for us. We love gaps. We love gaps. So we know how to position ourselves when, let's say, there are early interest in pre-markets in any given stock. Either which way that it goes, it's just a matter for us to be disciplined into how we are going to trade it during when the session opens. All right, so let's switch screen. Let's go in there, look at the rest of the US equities. What is going on this morning? Let's see. Am I sharing the proper screen? Yes, this is it. So let me get there. You guys are seeing that. Oops, this other screen. This has nothing. So Power E-Trade. Okay, so maybe let's go to market view. Just take a look at the ETFs. Okay, so the Qs 310. They printed 310 last week. They couldn't push any further than that. So this morning they're starting with a small gap on there. SPY is relatively flat. We talked about that. Where's IWM? IWM is printing 195. I mean, all sign that IWM by the end of 2020 here will print 200. I mean, it's just the 52-week high is 197. Yeah, so they will find a way. If most likely next week, they will find a way to get there. Okay, so individual stocks on here just very quickly, because other people could be interested in other things than Apple. Goldman Sachs, oh my goodness. I was talking about, with somebody yesterday in a one-on-one coaching session. We was talking about how our alerts, they had two banks, right? And I failed actually to mention that, okay, for traders who have access to our alerts, when you see a stock of the same sectors, and okay, that's likely to happen for the likes of Apple, Nvidia, or whatever, those, they are frequently in there. But when we see like banks in there, when we see like biopharma, the like of J&J and MRK who are in the list this week, or when you see all companies, yeah, energy companies, multiple ones inside of that alert system, then that definitely tells you that, hey, you can focus on that specific sector. It's okay to take 3 trades on in the banks. That's where you take advantage of that momentum. The whole idea for us is to trade stocks that are moving. And when we see that a specific sector is taking money through, let's say, sector rotation, and that's where when we tell people that, hey, what we trade is coming from out of a computer. That computer doesn't read news. Trust me, the inputs to my trading algorithm is not news based at all. It's all about technical. But the way that the stock behave, they are anticipating most likely something that people who know where the money is going to be going. That's translated on the technical analysis side, and our computer AI is picking at is taking advantage of that. We have seen it numerous times where we happen to be trading something, and then all of a sudden a news coming. Then people have even asked in the Discord. Some traders have asked this, How did Telex AI know that that was coming? No, it didn't know. But through the chart pattern, definitely they can leave trails to lead us into great trades. That's what has been going on here. So this morning, the banks are continuing. Goldman Sachs is definitely leading. Yeah, that's the sad part of the bank. Not all of them, they behave the same way, believe it or not. Because sometimes, like yesterday, you have Bank of America, which was leading, and then Wells Fargo was a little bit on the lag side. But hey, let's see how that goes today. So in terms of volume, congratulations to CENX. We got 0 shares this morning. Congratulations. I don't know. We always want to do that. So 4 million shares, almost 4.5 million shares on Apple. That's a lot, folks. That's a lot. Yeah. So NEO here is attracting volume again. CCL, Tesla is attracting volume. Tesla is subdued. The first 2 days trading in the SPX 500. You know what that means, right? So they will make people stay away, and then before when people are least expecting it, that's what's going to go with a bang. So because less than 1 million shares on Tesla, what's up with that? They don't have money to spend on a $650 stock. So BA is taking some volume. Yeah, that's another one that has just been going not very far. BA recently. BAC, I mean, it has volume, but it's relatively flat, right? In terms of actual movers overall, the all companies are bearish because this is Chevron. Oh, no, this is Exxon. Chevron is CVX. This is Halliburton. This is what's it? COP? It's what's the name? ConocoPhillips. Yeah, thanks, Telex. And so they are all at least are starting slightly negatively on here. And on the bullish side, obviously Apple, Baidu is still tracking up strongly. Goldman Sachs, SPCE. SPCE is one of those stock, man. At the end of each day, I mean, not that it's going to pay, but you are bound to actually get, I don't know, lucky or whatever you want to call it. SPCE and NEO, they are like number 1, number 2 in the most volatile stock. So strangling them over a short period of time, it definitely can lead into big gains right at the open. We saw that last Friday where it was gapping minus 9% in pre-market on an expiration Friday on quadruple witching day. That was just something else. Okay, so let's go jump here and take a look at the potential strike price here on Apple. So let's say if we're expecting a $4 move like last Tuesday, right? Yeah, I mean 132, so 135, 136, but those are going to be expensive. Those are going to be costing. Oops, sorry, that you guys need to see the whole thing. Yep. Okay. So the 135 here, folks, they are going to be costing more than 21. Yeah, you know the quick way to estimate the price on here will be okay. 22, the delta, that delta reflects the fact that it's trading at 131 or 132, whatever. So maybe less than that. 15 cents times 4, that will be 60. So these most likely they're gonna be going for 80 cents or thereabouts at least. Yeah. I mean, the data offsets, we may offset them maybe 60, 70, about 80 cents. So, I mean, you can trade that. But the whole notion of a gangster is to get something slightly cheaper. So, hence, for us, we said 138, 139, 140, thereabouts. So, they will give you entries in the less than 20 cents range, obviously. Conversely, again, a Gangsta trade, if you do not know by now, no pun intended, requires both sides on entry, calls and puts. So in this case, the 125 range. So yeah, these are going to lose value this morning, right? So 125, 124, 123, thereabout. That's how I would go about doing that. And the puts here, yeah, the other thing that we know out of the Gangsta trade is that the puts are going to be easier to fill in the pre-market, meaning you don't want to actually overpay for them. That's the other piece of information. Peloton, have I traded Peloton before? I think we did once here also. I don't recall. So Peloton at 10% up, that's 150. No kidding. So the puts are going to be super cheap this morning. So in terms of the puts, I mean, 10 points is even 140. Because hey, the stock is up 15 points, right? So yeah, from here, really, 140, 145 in that range is where I will be putting bids for puts for less than 10 cents, because I mean, this thing is just has so much momentum. Again, we don't want to overpay for those puts. On the call side, we know they're gonna be expensive. And now in this screen, on this screen of mine, they are showing as if the highest strike price that's available is the 180 call for this expiration this coming Thursday. So that's interesting there by itself. So the 180, what could they possibly be going on for here? So I mean that's the highest that you have, right? So there's nothing that we can do, because the market maker, that's what they're offering if you want to be trading. So 180, 175, and we're trying to get them with a limit order. And when it opens, hey, you will know the price anyway. If you don't get an entry, the momentum will dictate what price, or the momentum, the live updates on the option will dictate what price that they are going in. But as usual, again, the range, you can trade your Gangsta with any entry. Yeah, for there's no reason. We're just trying to take advantage with cheaper entry as possible. That's why we put limit order in, using the chocolate version of it to increase the probability of getting into a trade. All right, folks. Lastly, the option chain of QS, those are expensive. Gonna even be more expensive today. Oh, here's QS. Oh, now they added something in the 140. But my friend, look at the 130. They were going for $1 already on yesterday. So imagine what they will be today. That's just bananas. So good luck to everybody, folks. There are opportunity each and every day on here, as we have mentioned to you. So we hope you have a good trading session, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.